Hey guys, it's me Dave and welcome back to week 28 of building Mandalore. Guys, it's so good to be back. We took last week off because I got my wisdom teeth removed exactly 8 days ago as I'm recording this video right now. As you can see, no swelling cheeks. I think I look normal, I think. But those first couple of days, extremely painful. I don't think I came down to the Lego room once for like about a week. I think that was the longest time I hadn't been in the Lego room because I was just in pain, didn't really want to do much because I was just, I was basically bedridden. It was like having a cold, but just lots of pain instead. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great at the same time. Anyhow, I'm back. I'm building again, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We are focused on Mandalore. So that room above the hallway, we're finally going to get that done. So we can finally basically call that one side that we've been working on pretty much complete. We are going to, do the top floor and possibly, I wouldn't even say possibly now, we're probably going to do Duchess's Palace up there as long as it works out. So we'll focus on that later in a couple weeks. But what I want to focus on this week is that very back portion of Mandalore, that narrow but very long part where I've been kind of hyping it up as a battleground or like a big courtyard battle that's all been battle damage. That's basically what I've had in mind. And you're going to see that today. You're going to see that kind of direction I'm going in. I'm definitely going to want some feedback from you guys about the type of design I'm going for that. So it's going to be interesting. This is going to be an interesting segment. Hopefully you guys don't hate what I end up building this week, but I like it, I think. But I want to hear what you got, your ideas, what you guys have to say. Also, seventh season, we're on the episodes 3 of the Clone Wars show, premiered today as of this video. I'll talk about that here at the end of the video. Also, want to remind you guys that my Lego Bad Batch figures, they're selling crazy. We've already sold the first wave of those figures. We're actually on second pre-order, so if you got your first pre-order in, those will be shipping here in a couple weeks. But now we're doing a second pre-order, which will be shipping in about a month or two. So if you haven't gotten them, I definitely check out the link down below. My Lego Bad Batch figures are crazy popular right now, obviously because probably the Clone Wars is out. So if you're interested in them, definitely get them, because once they're sold out, we won't be restocking them until the end of this year. So if you want them now, I'd get them now. All right, without ado, let's go ahead and jump into the segment right now, guys.
All right, guys, so jumping back into Mandalore, we're going right over here. I've actually already been working quite a bit on that second level over there. I'll show you that in just a second. But, of course, last week we were working here on the prison cells. This whole area is done. We're, of course, going to make this all one big floor up here, and that'll continue into this. So, like I just said, I've already gotten quite a bit of work done. Here's what I finally did with this room. For a while, I didn't know what I was going to do with this room. But as you can see, I've built the walls up on all the sides to add its correct height now. It's matching the same as the prison cells over here. So it's all complete. And it's pretty cool that you go from one level to the next now. I really like that. So first thing you might notice is I have some wall details going on here. But then you'll also notice it's pretty blank right about here. So I'm sure a lot of you are like, David, why would you leave that blank? Simple answer is this beam right here. In terms of perspective, you really will only see it about at that angle right there, so you don't really see all that blank space. You see it right now, but when, like, if you were actually in the room and you're seeing this, this is only what you would see right now. And so it's no point of adding extra details if you're not really going to see them. But ultimately what I decided to do with this room is I decided to make it kind of like a planning or strategy room. Basically, where all of Darth Maul's Mandalorians and Darth Maul himself probably would be planning out the battle, the siege, all of that. So that's kind of what I have going on here. It's not finished. There will be some more details and other things going on, but I just wanted to show this is kind of what I was thinking. I'm actually pretty happy so far. It's not 100% complete, but I like what we gotten. So I actually found my old Emperor Palpatine hologram brick from, I believe it's from the first iteration of the Star Destroyer playset from 2006, if I'm correct. Now, the reason why I have him up on the hologram is because the idea is that I'm pretty sure Order 66 will happen during the Siege of Mandalore, so that means Palpatine's already scarred and he has his robe and all that we see at the end of Revenge of the Sith, so it makes sense that we're using this hologram. And so maybe he's giving like the final command to the super Mandalorians of Darth Maul's clan, saying, hey, give up, or hey, do this or that. So that's why I have Palpatine on the hologram right there. Or maybe I could have some clone troopers in this room, and that's the Order 66, like execute Order 66, and then, I don't know, something happens in the room. I don't know, just ideas. Obviously, we don't know what the Siege of Mandalore episodes from Season 7 at this time are. That might change once I see those episodes. The second hologram table is kind of just like my idea of like, terrain and stuff. Like maybe that's like a city building or something like that. I don't know. I just kind of made it up on the fly. I don't think it looks that bad, to be honest. I kind of like the way it looks. And then I have like maybe a Mandalorian captain, and then I have just a little figure I kind of created on the fly, a little Mandalorian strategist or something like that. I don't know. Again, completely unfinished right now, but just wanted to give you guys some ideas of kind of where I'm going. I actually think this is a great opportunity that if you have some ideas of like maybe some gun racks or just some other computers or other tables to put in this room, I think that's a great opportunity to submit me a LDD or studio file. My email's down below if there's something you think should be added to this room. Then I'd love to see it. You're more welcome to email me that. But yeah, now I'm just happy to say that we're finally done with this room and we can just move on from this. Because I didn't know what I was going to do with it for the longest time, and I'm glad we're done. Now, obviously, this roof here will continue. It'll all be covered. I will be adding LED lights from like my Brix over this. That'll probably be next week when I add that. So for now, we're just going to leave this empty and not really touch it for the rest of the segment, but I'm just glad it's finally done. And it looks really good. I think it works with what we've been kind of working towards for the last couple weeks. So I think it works, within all of this. There's the little door right there. It's a tall door. Makes sense for Mandalore. And then I have some guards and all that. So I'm kind of happy. It's very simple right now. I will add some more to this room, but for now, I'm just going to call this the strategy room. Now, with that out of the way, as you can see, I also, fully completed the back here, and I've been basically hyping this up for some time now, but we're finally going to start working on this back area over here. So as you can see, it's messy back here. I just need to clean all of this up. But the actual back of Mandalore, not the prettiest. A lot of different colors, some reds, some browns, a lot of gray, even some white in here. So how on earth what are we gonna do with all of this? There's only a very limited amount of space here. I don't know, maybe that's like 7 or 8 2x4 bricks in length. It's pretty narrow back here. So what are we gonna do? Here's my idea, all right? I have been thinking about this for some time now, and I've really wanted to do like a Hell on Mandalore type of scene in this mock, and I think this whole back area kind of works for what I'm thinking. So my idea is that I'm simply going to use all of this craziness to my advantage and kind of build around it with destructed walls and kind of go crazy with greebling. So basically the idea is, this whole door when it opens, remember how I showed you guys the Mandalorians fighting? It was supposed to represent that, all hell breaks loose at the end of that, the 5th season episode with Obi-Wan escaping. I want to create that and just make that this entire back that kind of battle. Just like absolutely crazy. Destroyed Mandalorian fighters, maybe a couple clone ATRTs. Just go crazy with it. And I have some really unique ideas to not just make it flat, but to actually make it elevated and have some like destroyed gardens and stuff. You're just going to have to wait and see. I'm really excited. So again, the idea is we're going to use this stuff to our advantage, and I'm going to build around it using other pieces and kind of greeble and make it destructive. There'll be tons of flames and explosions. I want it to look war-torn. I think I can make it work. I'm not 100% sure exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to kind of wing it, but I have some ideas. So let's go ahead. I'm going to clear this off, and I'm going to get started building and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, guys, this is what I've been working on for the last couple hours. So as you can see, it's definitely very war-torn. Just a lot of I guess I forget what they're called, masonry bricks, I believe, is it? That, along with tiles and plates, kind of combined to give this nice rough looking structure. And went ahead and added this whole staircase, this whole secondary level. I'm adding another level right now. I put together like this kind of implosion into the ground. Not a huge fan of this right now. This probably needs a little spicing up to make it look a little bit better. I think what this is kind of missing is just some colors. We need some blues and all of that, and maybe some plants will actually really help. Plants on fire, actually. But another thing that I kind of realized as I was building this area over here is I was like, this kind of feels like, just a generic Star Wars, destructive, world, or whatever you want to call it. I was like, this doesn't feel like Mandalore. And I went to the other side over here, and I was like, oh, okay, that's what I need. I need those windows. I need the shapes. The geometry needs to be here. So I'll definitely make like windows that are destructive, but it's important, at least that I realize, that these type of things have to be on this side. Otherwise, it just feels like a different type of mock. So you will be seeing more windows like that. Now, the reason why I only have the one window right now is I actually realized that this would be a lot cooler if we actually had lights in these windows. And I'm also thinking about putting like lights in like the ground and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to wait for my order of Light My Bricks to come in. I'm going to have some LED strips and stuff like that, so we can actually light up a lot of this area. So I'd rather not build it all and then have to tear it apart and put lights in. So I won't be going too much more crazy here, but just know I want to keep making these windows, but I also want to add lights to them. So I think that'll dramatically also make it look a lot different here in the back. Now, the other thing that I'm kind of facing the reality of is I'm really not sure I have enough Lego brick to kind of do this entire area over here. So I'm debating on maybe instead cutting it off right here or here or something, and not going all the way down, because it's kind of like I can do it all the way down here, but it's just not going to be as good probably. Just mainly, this looks like a lot of Lego here, but trust me when I say this, by the time I get down here, and once I build up to like, say, this high, I guarantee you all of this Lego right here will be gone. And this was a lot of money to get all of these. So I'm a little concerned, and I'm already out of all dark gray brick. I've used all that I have, and it's unfortunately not on the pick-a-brick walls. So, and it's also certainly gone up in price on Lego, or not Lego, but on Bricklink. So I'm limited in terms of what I can do there. Not trying to make excuses, but in terms of budgeting and also trying to, make a really good mock, I'm thinking about cutting this space maybe in half, maybe right here or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to keep on building a little bit more, and then we'll address this here in just a second. So let's see what I do. All right, guys, so I took a little bit more time and I added some more windows. They're actually open enough that I can put the windows, and they're pretty easy to take apart to put some lights in, probably next week or the week after that. So I'm not too worried about that. I also didn't put windows in over here. I have a little LED light right here that's shining onto this, and I really actually think this LED light helps a lot, which gives me some ideas about the LED lights I can do. You can see that, these pieces that kind of stick out here really catch the light, and it definitely makes a pretty big difference in terms of what you're seeing right now. It kind of grabs the texture that's kind of been created. If I turn the light off or just dim it down, there it is, off right now, it looks completely different. So it's crazy what a little bit of light can do to really bring the mock alive. So you also see that I have, these are the same ATRTs I've been using for years. I use these in Gashik. I went ahead, I wanted to tile this bottom here. I wanted to see what that would look like. I think I like it with the tiles. I don't know. I'm definitely going to want your opinions about this down below. What do you think of this? I also added some sand blue in. I think that actually really helped a little bit, adding that sand blue in here. So I think we're off to a good start. Again, this is This is the only area right here that it's kind of finished if we go with this route. So try to ignore the red, and you're not going to see any of this right here. It's really just going to be this area like this. And then as for here, I'm thinking about like a water fountain or a statue or something. I think a statue would be kind of cool. Either the statue would go here, or I'll build a statue over here. Also, I was working on this type of design. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but just thought I'd show you. But yeah, so we're making some progress. I'll go ahead and turn this LED off now. We're making some progress. Isn't it crazy how much the little lighting makes quite a bit of difference? But yeah, it looks good, guys. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. You know, if you guys have different ideas of what I should be doing here in the back. I think as long as we keep these shapes, you know, throughout this, I think it can work. But definitely want to hear what you guys have to say down below. And as for the ATRTs, I'm sure I'll get some people asking about instructions for them. They're really simple. You could probably just figure it off this video. If you guys really want me to, I can probably make it an instruction video because they're really simple. I think there's only like 60 or 70 pieces to them. They're a little fragile, but they work pretty well. But yeah, that's going to be it, guys. So we'll go ahead and close it off. Let's end it out.
All right, guys, so like I said, I want some feedback. Do you like this direction I'm going in? Do you have some ideas about what I could do? I like where we're going, but I definitely am encouraging you to comment down below what your thoughts are of this, you know, using the bricks I'm using, you know, kind of this levels and courtyard and kind of covering up the back area and just, you know, creating a battle out of it, or should I be doing something completely different? I know a lot of you at the beginning of the series were talking about like hangar bays and all that stuff, but unfortunately the space allocated in the back side, both on the side, you know, on the, I guess the right side, if you're looking at the front of the mock, it's be the right side, and the back side, because we've already filled in the left side. There's just not enough space to do anything like that, so I'm kind of just working with the room that I've been given. And usually I do a pretty good job. As you guys know, Kashyyyk had a pretty narrow space, and I really made something out of that in the backside. So I'm pretty confident in my skills, but this is something kind of new. I don't really do super crazy battle damage, so this is different for me, and I'm kind of learning as you guys see it. So this is kind of like an ongoing thing. But I definitely can't wait to see what you guys have to say down below. Lastly, I just want to talk Clone Wars Season 7. We're now in the 3rd episode that premiered today. 4th episode will be next week, which finishes out the Bad Batch arc. We'll go on to the Ahsoka arc, and then we'll finally be on the Siege of Mandalore arc. I guess a little bit over a month from this video, so we're still a little bit of a ways away, but it'll come faster, hopefully. I believe Siege of Mandalore starts sometime in April. It's like the 2nd week of April when we get those episodes, and I'm very excited. But yeah, I am loving the Bad Batch arc. As you guys saw my Lego Bad Batch you know, figures on my channel this week, or last week, I suppose, then you'll know that like I've been a big fan of them since 2015, since the unreleased episodes came out from this, and I'm absolutely loving the animation quality. I can't wait to see this animation quality transition into the Ahsoka arc and into Siege of Mandalore, because these Bad Batch arc episodes are just blowing my mind. I love that Echo is back, and I really can't wait for next week's episode, because we're going to get like a real awesome battle on Anaxis. Speaking of Anaxis, I do want to give a shout out to my boy Matt, the Brick Whiz. If you guys didn't know, he's been working on Anaxis, that planet that the Bad Batch, that first episode was on. He's been working on that clone base that you guys see at the beginning of the episode for about the last 6 months. So I'll link his mock down below if you want to check it out. It's an amazing mock. He's almost to his finale. He's actually he's going a little bit faster than I am. I'm watching you, Matt. But if you guys want to check out that, I'll link that down below. And I'll put a card on the screen right now if you want to see that as well. Well, that's it, guys. Definitely curious to see what you guys have to say down below. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. More videos coming out this week since we took last week off. So plenty of content coming. I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. Bye-bye.